Well, I met her a few years ago. She's still in the 50s, but Shaka just wonderful. I mean,
she just made 60. Oh yeah,
and look
she's
good
awesome.
and just wonderful,
Down to earth,
wonderful. But that, I'm just saying that I think we need more testimonials like that.
Yes.
Every church, every little group has to bring those people on to say, you know what,
And
I'm just like you.
And let's get in a group. You said earlier we need groups. That's why I do the weekly meetings.
Right.
That's why my friend Sekou, who owns Frontline Bookstore, you know, he said, sure, Medina, come on in. You know,
Well, let me ask you something, Medina. How come, you know, all the sisters, they go to, the sisters and the brothers, the sisters go to get their hair did, and the brothers go get a barbershop.
Yes.
Do we really try to change the culture with these cultural interactions to say, we shouldn't be doing a barbecue and all this fried chicken every day? You know what I'm saying? We try to change the culture.
You can still have a barbecue, but it all depends on what you put on that grill.
I'm gonna say, but you know, I'm talking about fried. I mean, I love fried food. Fried food is
Well, why not make it a treat? Because you might like wine.
Right.
But if you drink wine every day,
right,
it becomes a problem and a bore.
I think a lot of us, we do what we do out of the cultures that we in.
Yes.
And fried
and
food.
That's not going to change overnight.
No,
but like I said, if you sit down and educate yourself with documentaries, see, people will say, I know all about Food Inc. That's why I'm not going to watch it. No, you need to watch it because you need to have your family with you,
right.
And everybody needs to let all of the information permeate. See, that's what we do. We roughshod over things. And I tell people, I myself will sit down periodically. I'll put in DVDs like Food Inc., Forks Over Knives, License to Kill. The other one that the guy made where he ate at Super Size Me, where he ate at McDonald's for 30 days. I've seen them. I'll pull them out and read them. I even refer back to the book and go back for information. Because I had one lady, she came to the Sunday class, and guess what she said? She said, I like Ezekiel bread, 4.9 with the orange wrapper.
Right.
She said, because it's good roughage and it keeps me regular.
Right.
She said, I know that this wheat is good. It's whole wheat because it's sprouted.
Right.
So she asked me what I thought about it.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not the author.
Right.
I said, because we're both, she and I are both on Facebook. I said, let's shoot it to the author. And guess what his response was? Because my question was, well, Dr. Davis, somebody just asked about Ezekiel 4.9 bread. It's sprouted. It keeps them regular. He said, if you take poison and sprout it, is it any better? Well, simple answer.
I emailed him. He talks about his lectures. You can look up Dr. William Davis, Wheat Belly, and you see the lectures on the internet.
Yes.
And I said, what about, of course, he talks about gluten-free bread.
Yes.
He said, it ain't there yet. It's getting there, but it ain't
you
there
have to
yet.
find the right one.
Right. Most of us not. He said most of us jump.
Yeah, a lot of gluten-free stuff. That's why I said earlier, I don't care where you shop.
Right.
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Aldi, Save-A-Lot.
Right.
Read the ingredients.
Right.
Because a lot of the gluten-free food, you'll see tapioca starch,
Right.
not good.
Right.
Corn starch, not good.
Right.
You know, rice starch, not
Right.
good.
It's a lot of starch to
But
replace
there
the
are
wheat.
other grains.
Right.
Wheat isn't the only grain.
Right.
There's quinoa, there's amaranth, there's oats.
Right.
And see, some people get the conversation blurred. We have these blurred lines. They think you have to have celiacs, which is a condition where you can't tolerate any grains.
Right. No gluten-free. You gotta go gluten-free if you got celiac.
But when we talk about gluten-free, we're talking about everybody. We do not assimilate and digest and do well with wheat. So I tell people, as a matter of fact, I even asked Dr. William Davis, I said, why don't you put this in a video? And he said, well, it's in an audio book.
Well, he's got lectures online. Great. I think I sent you one other. I mean, Robert, I researched
he's got lectures, but I'm just saying, just like Food Inc. and Forks Over Knives, they take you on a journey.
Yeah, it's got to be more cinematic.
And I like to share what Bill Clinton said on CNN talking to Dr. Sanjay Gupta. He said, people know that I can't remember if it was a heart attack or a stroke he had first. Then he had quadruple bypass. Then he had stents in his arms. Of course, we didn't hear about the stents afterwards because he was out of office. But I like what he said in his interview with Dr. Sanjay Gupta. He said, you know what? I played around with changing my diet and did it for a while and exercise. He said, but I did enough to look fit and be healthy. Yeah. He said, but when they put those stents in my arteries, he was like, that's when, he said, I got rid of meat, dairy, and hydrogenated fat.
He went vegan. President Clinton went vegan.
Hydrogenated fat, yes.
I think he went vegan.
But I wanted to be specific.
Yeah.
See, because when you say vegan, some people, I've been at barbecues where people tell me, I see your show, I love you, I'm a vegetarian too. Give me some of that chicken, Junior. I'm like, what so their idea of being vegan is no red meat.
Right.
So it took me a while.
But vegan is anything with a face.
Yeah, but
you can't have butter.
But some people, yeah, right. No meat, no dairy.
No animal products, whatever.
When I said no meat, no dairy.
Right.
But here's the thing: I see a lot of vegans, Mark, that don't eat vegetables and fruits. I'm like, what type of vegan are you?
What do they eat then?
Gluten.
Oh yeah.
Gluten.
And the worst thing.
I don't want to put anybody.
And the worst thing is that a lot of folks
say
say you don't eat the soy because the soy.
Well, the same thing with the soy has happened with the corn and the wheat.
Yeah.
And that's when I get jumped on for being a food police. But I'm used to it. I've been jumped on since the 90s.
I know, yeah.
When I started my cable show. I'm not the food police. So I tell people, because back then I was a vegan. And people would say, she a vegan. Wait a minute. Hold on. Ain't nothing wrong with chicken. And I agree. There's nothing wrong with chicken.
You know, I can talk.
If it's farm raised.
I can talk, but you know, you got me beat. If anybody see me, I can run my mouth, talking wrong, but you got me beat. You only got a few minutes left.
Okay.
Don't people like me and the folks at home, they may need an intervention.
Yes. Well, that's what having a consultation is. It's an intervention. But I tell people, don't bring people and then surprise them. Because I have one sheet that I do give to people. It's about the liver. And it says, chemical poisoning alert. And this lists the symptoms of an overloaded liver. Insomnia, anxiety, anger, depression, irritability, stress, panic attacks, gallstones, weight gain, cirrhosis of the liver, high blood pressure, jaundice, hepatitis, high cholesterol, liver failure, hot flashes, headaches, allergies, diabetes. These are all signs that the liver needs to be cleansed. Well, I had a family, and they were of Italian descent, and they actually, a couple of the family members had been and brought an uncle, but he just thought he was coming along just to hear information. They did an intervention here at the consultation, and I can laugh about it now, but he wasn't looking too happy. No. Like, you all set me up and did an intervention.
That's right.
But usually people will come in, I will have them fill out a health evaluation form so I can find out where their health is at. After they fill out this form, I give them information. Then I give them a program along with the list. See, this list is 3 pages stapled together of information for diet and lifestyle changes.
Oh, lifestyle. That's the hard part. Lifestyle.
But the program, like say for instance, if it was you, Mark, I would put you on a program and it would list the things that would replace what your drugs do. And on the back, it says nutrients stealing drugs. Because if you've been on medication 5 years, you've been robbed twice.
I know. It sucks the nutrients out your body.
Yes, it does.
Only a few minutes left. There are people who don't know nothing, which is fine. And there's people like me and other folks watching the show. We know better.
Okay.
But doing better is the real challenge.
Well, it starts with the first step.
Okay, we know better.
See, it isn't about you come in and everything's going to change overnight right away.
Okay.
It's like anything else.
Right.
It's a journey.
Okay.
But I find all people have to do is be willing. Just be willing, and it's a journey. But see, when you come in, you get so much information. Like this, for example, it's an article called Autoimmune Disorders, which covers what autoimmunity is, what causes it specifically, because your doctors aren't going to tell you. They tell you we don't know what causes autoimmunity. So you get something like that gives you a lot of basic information you have to have, and a program so you can get off of these drugs.
But you know, there are you may have your mom, your dad, or somebody you're trying to help, your son or daughter, your husband, your wife. If you're trying to help them, you have to be a part of their healing. So you can't.
You want to be supportive.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell them you can't eat dairy, and you eating Haagen-Dazs or some other ice cream.
And some people had that. They had the parents single them out where they're eating the salads and vegetables, and everybody else is eating steaks and having a good time. You have to. It has to be
the whole family. The whole family got to be a part of it.
It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Okay.
We can begin a slow, gradual process of getting out of the paradigm.
Even like I have trouble just say you're gonna pick one day. Today is no meat day.
Exactly.
Today is vegan day.
Yes.
That's almost a struggle to go through that day.
But if the food tastes good, people don't care. I remember I had a party once. I had chili and I had tacos. They didn't know that it wasn't meat in either one. Because because it was seasoned so well and it tasted so good. It wasn't until afterwards that I told them, and a couple of people said, I thought it was something a little different. I said, you're going to notice something, a big difference is that you're going to digest it easier because meat sits in the stomach and in the system, in the intestines, a lot longer than fruits and vegetables.
Right. So, but the thing is that...
So meat isn't the enemy.
Yeah,
it's how much meat and the quality of the meat. That's the enemy.
Yes, but the thing is, it's a whole lifestyle change. It's a process. We do have to go to the store and read those labels. So the things we know we should eat, organic fruits and vegetables, grass-free, beef.
I hope people do read the ingredients.
But the ingredients we're looking for is hydrogenated oils.
Well, yeah, I have a list a mile long, so I make it simple. I tell people you want as much whole foods as you can, as less processed foods as you can, because the processed foods have to stay in the store. So all those things you can't, monosodium glutamate and all those things you can't pronounce, those are binders, fillers, and preservatives.
Well, that's what some people that go really, if you want to go really, they say if it's got a label, you shouldn't eat it. I know, I've heard that too.
No, that's not true.
I know some people say that.
Yeah, that's not true.
I know that, but you got some hardcore people, you have some not so hardcore people. But the main thing is for people starting out, no corn syrup, no hydrogenated oils,
aspartame, corn syrup, DHT, BHT, monosodium glutamate, MSG. These are some of the culprits. High fructose corn syrup, aspartame, monosodium glutamate, MSG. Those are some BHA, BHT.
Now, if you're eating fast food, you should assume it's all in the fast food.
You can't even read ingredients.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to assume if it's coming out of the dry.
How do they make it fast?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the fast food has all.
It's usually deep fried, microwave, freeze dried.
I know, but it's so good.
People, find restaurants. Well, that's never been a question. Find restaurants. There are a few that you can trust.
I know,
at least when you prepare it, you know what's in it.
We have to start making our own food.
Make going out a treat and clean up your past and cleanse periodically. I tell people I clean up my past and I'm cleansing because I'm trying to prevent what runs in the family. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes.
Well, do a closing statement, but tell the folks whether the barbershop, the beauty salon, the churches, the community, we all have to help change the culture.
Yes.
We have to change the culture.
Well, I do free workshops at churches for groups. So I tell people I can come and be a little fire starter to start a group up to get everybody going. And that's what we need to do. But my thinking is that not enough people reach out and take advantage of it because we have this thing in our society, I feel good. So as long as we feel good and look good, we assume we're healthy. But there are a lot of people, most of the people who before they're diagnosed with cancer, before they have a heart attack or stroke, and that's 70% of the time they die, they look good and they felt good. So we need to think prevention and nutrition because in America, they've said several times they don't expect the children of this generation to outlive their parents. Now that, believe me, is going to be a pain you can't endure.
People can call you, Medina?
Yes, you can call me at 773-324-4372. That's 773-324-4372. Give me a call and tune in. I come on every Wednesday, channel 21 at 10 p.m. and it encores again at 12:30 in the morning in case you miss it. Because knowledge is powerful only if you use it. So I thank you, Mark, for having me, and I hope everyone has a productive and a blessed day.